Black Ops 1 is one of my favourite Call of Duties for so many different reasons. I think it has the strongest aesthetics from any of the games in the franchise. I have spent a concerning amount of time exploring the maps using FreeCam and NoClip, and it wasn't until recently that I discovered how to get NoClip in the campaign, which honestly it was really simple. I just had to edit a notes file, but that doesn't really compute with my brain. So I wanted to make a calm little video showing off some of the weird locations I found in the Black Ops 1 campaign maps in NoClip. Now I really enjoy finding these low poly areas hidden in games because it's really reminiscent to me of like those late 90s 3D rendering software demos, or and I don't know if it's too obscure of a reference, but it heavily reminds me of those 90s drum and bass compilations you see on YouTube that just have really low quality images of sick 3D renders. And it's also heavily reminiscent of classic games like PlayStation 2 type beat stuff. And I just think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. There is something really interesting to me about those stretched out low res textures and really intense skyboxes that just kind of strikes a chord of beauty, I have to admit. It just ends up looking like a Gary's Mod map or like Spyro the Dragon or something. It's really awesome. So yeah, in this video I want to show off some of the cool areas I found in the Black Ops 1 campaign using NoClip that give off a sort of retro liminal 90s game engine type beat. I hope you can enjoy. The first location I'd like to share is on the Op 40 campaign level that's set in Cuba, and it is down this little alleyway which I don't think you can access on foot. And I really like this place because it reminds me of like a CS source map, if you know what I mean by that. It's kind of giving James Bond N64 cave map. I just really like it. It's kind of like a dungeon. It's all foggy and misty, and there's no strong lighting, and the skybox creates a great composition with the walls. I think it's sick. Yeah, that's location number 1. Oh, and shout out to these two dudes who are just standing here doing idle animations with invisible guns. The next location is the Pentagon, which is also the Zombies map 5, but there's some really interesting things in the campaign level, like being able to fly around and pretty much watch all the cinematics in like free cam mode. What I really find interesting about this place is how there's all these strange looking Roblox cars everywhere. It's very weird in comparison to like the lighting and fog everywhere. It does look honestly quite ominous. This little filing cabinet area was pretty cool, but it's not very spooky. I just thought it kind of looked cool. Nice colors, good composition there. But the main attraction of the Pentagon level is the outdoors areas. They look incredible. There is something about the fog, the moody lighting, and the blocky buildings which all come together to build this really unsettling feel. There's a bit of an issue with what I'm doing as well. So during NoClip in the campaign, you're unable to pause the missions themselves and fly around and explore. I haven't looked at if there's a way to like pause the events, because I'm not really that inclined with technology to try that. But it kind of creates this weird effect on the Pentagon level where you're sort of jumping between cutscenes and free cam, and you can see like the environment's changing as you go lower down into the Pentagon itself and into like the sub-levels where all the fog and mist appears, which makes the lighting outside look really ominous. Basically, like during the cutscene, different lighting events are triggered, which creates cool visuals outside. This is a map which I've always wanted to like just walk around on because I mean it's the Pentagon. I remember playing Zombies and just being like, damn, I wish I could just run off into these boarded up rooms and just look what's there. So it's really nice to fulfill that little fantasy. Yeah. Okay, you literally cannot talk about Black Ops 1 without mentioning numbers. This is probably on par with Nuketown and how iconic it is. The setting of Kowloon City is so insane. The atmosphere on this map is fucking gorgeous. In love with the rain effects, and it's probably quite stereotypical to say, wow, it looks so realistic. It's like when you see you know, GTA 5 with 2025 graphics and they just make the game wet. But it is gorgeous. Something really beautiful about the contrasting colours of the more deeper LED lights with those greys. And the fact that this is the map that I think introduces Nova 6 allows for this really weird green mist that sticks out and pokes you. And obviously the lighting is just incredible. Those warm lights contrasted against the dark grey atmosphere. Whoo, banger! The concept art for this map is also so sick, and I really wish some of those saturated colours translated from those concept arts into the main game. But what we're left with is just amazing. Now for the liminal space moment. I stumbled on this really creepy, ominous hole in the ground with this like door that leads to nowhere. And this is probably my favourite location out of every one I've found. There's something about the atmosphere here, and how the rain drips down from the floor from above, and that little light of all that fog is so mysterious. For some reason it kind of makes me think of the GoldenEye Dam. I don't know why, it just does. But it honestly does look like something from the N64. There's a huge charm in this little section of the map. And yeah, this map is incredible. This is probably one of the coolest levels in the entire game. Dare I say, all of Call of Duty. Dare I say. Location 4 takes place in Vietnam, and first of all, damn, look at that skybox. Is that not gorgeous? I had a look around and I found this weird flaming thing at first, and I thought, damn, that's pretty sick. But the main attraction here is this huge open body of water that you can't really see across it because there's so much mist. But damn, this looks like a 90s screensaver or something. This is insane. This is gorgeous. I realise maybe I'm overusing the word gorgeous, so I'm gonna say it's beautiful. Anyway, I stumbled across these like PNGs here, and there was something about this which made me feel like it kind of looked like one of those Minecraft paintings by Christopher Zetterstrand, I think his name is. Get an example. Maybe I'm pulling at strings, but there's something about that kind of mishmash of digital and realism that made me think of him. I just can't get over how insane the skybox is for this map. It's this insane, like, a lava orange that refracts off the water slightly, and there's all this fog and, I guess, smoke in the air which diffuses it all. It's just so distinctive. It really hits the spot. And if I didn't know any better, I would say this comes straight out of a ambient jungle compilation from the 90s that's been uploaded on YouTube in like 2010. Absolutely banging. Insane. This one's a bit shorter, but I just wanted to showcase the absolutely crazy scenes. This looks like, to me, the original Star Wars Battlefront 2, like Geonosis levels. I just love that skybox. Look at that orange! Damn, that looks real! I mean, it doesn't, but damn! This is crazy work. This is absolutely crazy work. Look at this. They got Mason trapped in the ominous box void. This looks like that thing from Doctor Who. Lol. Okay, Rebuff is such an insane campaign level. I'm absolutely obsessed with the whole section where you're fighting through the Nova 6 gas and you have to like watch how many bullets you take because your suit's gonna crack, and you're using the night vision to see all the enemies. It's very tactical and fun, and god, the atmosphere is just insane. But I was just floating around and I sort of went over to the water and I found this area which I thought was pretty funky looking, of the really low quality birds flying around. And maybe this is a really obscure reference, but this whole section here with the water reminds me of that destructible house map for Gary's mod. I'll obviously get up some reference pictures, but I mean, look at the lighting. It's like the same thing. For the finale of this video, we're going to explore like the little space atmosphere section that you see when you go up in the Blackbird, I think they're called. These insane like stealth aircrafts. And objectively, space is just cool. I'm sorry, even if you don't like it. It's cool looking. I mean, damn, look at those colors right there. There was something really interesting to me about that composition of the image with the black birds and the two backgrounds clashing with each other. I really feel like that has potential to make like a good painting. I don't know if anyone watching has seen these like video game paintings that people do. They paint like Halo or GTA or something. I'll put some examples if I can find any. But I feel like there's some really interesting potential there with taking that and bringing it into the real world. This is quite a short one as well. You can't really explore much. I guess if you want to go explore space, go play Infinite Warfare. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my few little areas I discovered. I definitely want to explore more. And if anyone has suggestions, please leave them. Please let me know. I would be very grateful if the people watching did all the necessary YouTube related things, like subscribing, commenting, and sharing. I think sharing helps the most, so if you enjoyed a video, share it with a friend. Why did I say it like that? Share it with a friend! Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. It means a lot. Yeah, basically, I work really hard on my videos, and you should subscribe if you enjoy them. Thank you for watching. Please keep watching. Comment if you like. Wait a minute.